Hi guys, it's Astrid here and we are back with another tutorial for our model making series. We are going to be starting to work on the clothes after we finish doing the hair. The way that I am going to structure these next few videos will be mostly the clothes, so this one is going to be part 6 where we work on the top. And then we'll be working on the bottoms in the next one, which will be called 6.1, and then 6.2 will be the shoes. I want to do the shoes last because they take me a lot longer and I don't like making shoes very much. But yeah, today we'll be working on just the top bit and the accessories that are kind of part of the top. It's mostly 2 necklaces, which are very easy to make. I apologize if I am still a bit quiet. I'm feeling a little bit better today, but my microphone settings have also changed and I can't be bothered changing them. So I'll do my best to raise my volume up when I'm editing the video. Also, apologize if you hear my fan. I have like 2 fans blowing on me right now because in the UK at the moment we are having a heat wave and I personally do not deal well with hot weather. It's very hard to work in, it's just very hard to breathe in because UK hot weather is horrible. It's gross. Anyway, so there is no one way of making clothes. There are many different ways. My personal way that I do changes a few times. It depends on the situation. It depends on if I'm modeling over a base that I didn't make. It depends on if my own base model has good topology that I can work with. But today I'm going to show you the usual way that I do it. I'll do my best to explain as I go, but there might be some things that I forget, so please be mindful of what I'm doing. Just watch me carefully. You can slow down the video if it helps. But yeah, I'll probably just record just the top today and then I'll record the bottoms another day and the shoes another day, just so then I don't get burnt out with this model. And then after the clothes are done, we will be doing the UV unwrapping tutorial. And then after that, I'll be doing 3 different texturing tutorials, one within Blender, which isn't something I actually do. I mostly texture in Substance Painter. The second version will be doing it outside of Blender, so you can do it in Photoshop or Clip Studio Paint, Paint Tool SAI, or whatever free art program. You can texture outside, you just have to be a bit more careful with how you texture. And finally, I will be going over how I texture in Substance Painter. The Substance Painter textures will be the final textures for this model, as they give the best result, and it's just what I'm more comfortable with, but I will show you those 3 different methods of texturing. And then we will be rigging, and then finally we will be adding blend shapes, or facial expressions to our character. This character will be sold on coffee after it is finished, so be on the lookout for that. I will announce it. I have screencast keys enabled so you guys can see what I'm doing down here. Up here to the toggles with the little funnel to get the filters. Make sure that you have this little arrow, the selectable, and make sure that you also have the eye, and you can also have the checkbox if you want. I'm going to hide the hair and I'm going to make it unselectable just in case. I'm going to re-enable our mesh. So there are multiple ways. If you just click up here, you can disable like everything, so you can just have a clear view. You don't get obstructed by the lines, the 3D cursor and whatnot. Now I'm going to go into edit mode. I'm going to select just this one edge. I'm going to duplicate it, separate it with P. Now it's going to be really hard to see, but we have it right here. I'm going to scale it. I'm going to smooth it out and then scale it again. We do it this way so then we already have our mirror and our subdivision modifiers enabled. But you can add a new cylinder if you want, as long as you get the same desired shape that you want. So I'm going to start here. I have my references off screen. Again, I'm trying to keep this character more of a secret until obviously the final model. Just because then you guys can see how it develops. So I just extruded, and now I'm just shaping it around the body. If you want to have something super accurate to how real life is, I highly recommend looking at references of how clothing is formed around the body. But honestly, I just kind of do whatever looks right to me. And it tends to work out fine. I mean, in a stylized form, it doesn't need to be super accurate. It doesn't need to look super realistic unless that is your goal, to have semi-stylized, semi-realism. But I prefer to just keep it purely stylized. Now, as you can see, we're gonna have some clipping going on. It doesn't matter entirely if your clothes do end up clipping. You can either make it so that it perfectly forms around the body parts, or you can allow it to clip because we are going to be deleting the underbody afterwards anyway, after the rigging stage, just because it just makes it easier. I'm gonna go back into object mode, W, and then shade smooth. And again, as I keep saying, but modeling is really just keep adjusting until it looks right to you. Utilize all the tools that you have available to you. You can even go into Sculpt Mode early, not just to sculpt details, but to also help with shaping your model. I'm not gonna show you guys how to sculpt detail because I don't actually sculpt detail. I prefer not to because I just want to avoid having to re-topologize everything. And sculpting detail just isn't as fun. I don't want it to be too fitting because it is supposed to be a little baggy. I'm going to add a cylinder. I'm going to change the vertices to 12. And nothing. Alt G. R90. Gonna turn on X-ray, delete these bottom bit, split it in half. Mirror. Clipping. Add 2 edge loops. In object mode, apply all transforms. Subdivision. Shade smooth, and then move up, just like how we made the shoulders when we were making the base. And then we join these two, and then we merge all the points. As you can see, we have some weird shading going on here. That is because it is messing with the normals, which is perfectly fine. We can fix that. I'm just gonna keep connecting these points. Select everything, Alt N, recalculate outside, and it fixes that issue. So I'm going to select our newly made cylinder and just smooth it. Again, my smoothing is custom shortcut. And just keep adjusting to the shape that you want it to be. And try not to add too many loop cuts if you want to avoid making it super high poly. Only do it if absolutely necessary. Gonna just select this vertex in the middle where the neck is and delete it, and then smooth that little newly made hole and position it to where you want it to be. Smooth the armhole. Like so. And then extrude. I'm going to scale it on the X by 0 so I can flatten it on the X. Move it back, scale on the Y, move it back, rotate on the Z. And then we're just going to finish making the sleeve. This is going to be a short sleeve t-shirt. Something very simple to make for this tutorial. And I'm just going to be adjusting the shape of the sleeves. Remember, you can edge slide as well if you need to. Like that. Now we don't have to add our shoulder topology, but I'm going to anyway. So I'm going to select these two and delete them. Smooth out this area, extrude, scale, and I'll do it one more time, extrude and scale, and then we're going to just fill this in like so. Select everything and smooth it out, and then reposition it. I'm going to scale it and just move points around as well. Like so. And now here I'm just gonna add 3 loop cuts and scale them in. Do that, so then we just make that little seam there. And then just keep adjusting if things don't look right. Okay. Now you can also add a seam here, just like real clothing. It's up to you. Depends on how much detail you want to add to your model. Scale it. Select this and smooth it out. Okay, this I'm going to extrude, scale slightly, extrude again, scale in, extrude again, and just move it up so then it goes into the arm, and then scale it. And then we are going to do the same thing and cap it off. So why am I doing this? This is so then, when you delete the arms, you just delete from like here and up here, and then you won't see you won't just see like a massive hole where there used to be like part of the arm. It looks better, and it really does help. Just going to edge slice these a bit. Going to add another loop cut and another one, and just make a little detail there. Just scaling. Gonna grab these, scale them in a bit. Move these forward. Okay. Now I'm going to rotate, move forward. And then we're going to do the same thing here. So extrude, extrude, scale down, and scale. And then cap it off. This time I'm going to add an edge loop in the middle and just connect these two. Like so. And just scale this. Smooth that out. Move it. Add a loop cut here because I want that little detail. To add an edge loop here, scale it, rotate it, and then we're going to do the same thing here and just do this, and then cap it off again. Do like that. Add one more loop cut in the middle there. Edge slide. There's in proportional editing to also adjust. You can also use Sculpt Mode. Okay, so that is the top done. Now I'm gonna go into edit mode with the female body. And I'm just going to grab this section of the neck. Gonna duplicate it and separate it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just dissolve vertices. To actually flatten these two and then just rotate and scale. Add another loop cut in the center Move it down, rotate. And smooth it. Scale on the normals. And then this is going to be our choker. I'm going to rotate it on the Y. Scale it up a bit. And I'm going to add a solidify. I'm going to make it so that it goes into the body. I'm going to just double check that the normals are okay. Okay, now with the femur body, I'm going to grab the arms. I'm going to duplicate them and separate them. I'm going to scale them on the normals by doing Alt-S. And then with the bottom of our sleeves, I'm going to flatten it on the X and rotate it. Then I'm gonna extrude it and make it so that it is going over our thumb just a bit. And then we're gonna do the same thing and just cap it off. Just like that, so it's around it and just scaling things. Now you can add some extra vertices for some detailing, like wrinkles. This probably isn't the best, as it will increase the body count. Smooth that. But it adds some detailing. So you can see it's not the best, but it's some detailing that you can add. I don't like the look of this up here. Okay, now I'm going to add a plane. Rotate it on the X. Split it in half. Adding the mirror modifier. And now I'm just going to make a very simple heart. There you go, a very simple low poly heart. Now we are going to just extrude it and then recalculate the normals. Apply the mirror, Alt G, and then I'm going to add a torus. And then I'm going to lower the segments to just 8. Nope, 8. Shade smooth. Alt G. Scale it down. RY 90. And this is basically going to be like a little chain link to connect the heart to the choker. I'm just going to join these all together. Move it up. Obviously it's not going to be that big, don't worry. In edit mode I'm actually going to flatten this one a bit. Shrink it. And then move it in line with the choker. Rotate it on the X so it's not clipping through the body. There you go. I'm going to do a quick save. I'm going to add a cube. I'm gonna flatten it on the Y. Going to do W and then subdivide twice. I'm going to shade smooth. And then I'm going to grab. I want to add 2 loop cuts here on each side. I'm going to mirror this so then it's easier to get it nice and symmetrical. Enable clipping. Extrude up. Up. In. Up. In. Rotate on Y. Extrude and connect these two. And we have just made a lock. I'm just going to do a very simple extrude and extrude it up in, so then we have just the hole that acts as the keyhole. Now I'm going to scale it down. I'm going to actually thicken these up with the normals, so Alt S to scale along the normals to thicken them up. Okay, I'm gonna leave it down there for now. I'm gonna do another save. And basically we're gonna do the same thing as my how to make a chain tutorial, but I'm just going to make it as a string rather than a chain. So with a circle, I'm going to align it with our body. And we're going to just make a necklace chain, but like kind of like those leather chains or like rope. I'm gonna select all V and then free, so then it's just a lot easier to control each point. Scale this on the X. Yeah. I'm going to just add another one and scale it way down. Select this one that we just moved. Lower it to... I'm gonna do it as 2 this time. No, maybe 3. And then in the bevel object, we're going to do our new bevel. And I'm going to just continue to scale it down. So we don't want it to be too thick. Like so. And now we can convert it to a mesh, so then we can just delete that bevel object. And now the block that we just made, just move it into position. Rotate it. Select this. Select this edge. If I can actually select it, there we go. And just move it back. Just a smidge. Now we're going to do exactly what we did with the hair, and we're going to manually lower it. Because we don't want it to be this high. Dissolve edges, and I'm going to do it one more time. It's up to you how much you lower these things. Like that. Okay, so that is the top finished. Next we will be doing the bottoms, which I have planned out. She's going to have shorts with a belt that has like the straps that go down to the side. Very simple, quick tutorial. This is how I make tops, and this is basically my workflow to make any type of clothing. In the next tutorial, with the shorts, I will be doing the method that I did show the first time, which is grabbing the mesh from the body and then editing that. Because that way it is a lot easier, especially with shorts or jeans or leggings. It is a lot easier to do that way, and also faster. You can also do the way that I showed you with the top. That takes a lot longer and the shape might not look all that good. The shape might not come out all that good, so I highly recommend you follow the next tutorial that I show you. Thank you all for watching. I hope that this has helped. I'll try and get as many tutorials out to you guys as I can. No guarantee that I'll be able to get them done quickly because of life. But yeah, I really do appreciate everyone's support on the tutorial series so far. It's been great seeing all these lovely comments. Follow me on Twitter if you want to see all of my recent work and watch me ramble. I do ramble a lot on my Twitter, but I also do use it to promote my commissions and also show off my latest work that I've been working on, either personal work or commission work. Check out my website down below if you would like to see my commission prices and my portfolio. I'll leave a link to the portfolio that is on my website itself, but I will also be linking my ArtStation down below. All these links are available in my links card, so it's astrialinks.card. That way all of my social media that you can check out will be there. There is also a link to my Ko-fi down below. If you enjoy my videos, especially my tutorial videos, I would really appreciate it if you guys could support me on Ko-fi, either doing a one-time donation to show your thanks, or join my Ko-fi memberships, where you can get benefits in return for monthly payments as little as £3. There's also a tip jar monthly, which is just £1 a month. You don't really get anything other than just my thanks, but it does help, and it is the lowest cost. I was going to do a Patreon, but I can't be bothered setting up a Patreon, so Ko-fi memberships will have to do for now. Thank you all for watching. I really hope that this helped, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys!